What is up, folks? Good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing here at the kban. Bit further back from where I'm normally standing for arrivals. I'm not sure if this is the optimal location. There's a trade-off between radars in the foreground, mounts in the background. Just about to be able to see the threshold of the runway and not, so I hope that this is a good location. It's a bit of trial and error. We're standing at runway 24, primary runway for departures today. Embraer 190 KLM to Cardiff is coming this way, and in the background KLM flight 741 to Bogota. As you can see in the background, runway 18 left, where we were standing yesterday, is also in use for outbound traffic. It's KVK. It's a bit warmer than it was yesterday. Not a single cloud in the sky. The sun is out. There's an Emirates 777 with the new tail parked over there. KLM flight 741 to Bogota is coming. It's a 787-10 Dreamliner. The airplane is 5 years old. First flight October 2019. A warm welcome to all the people who have joined already. Marja, goedenavond. Marissa, goedemorgen. Jackie, goedemorgen. Good morning to all others. Boy, Georgie Boy, Mr. Blue Sky, Diana, Daniel, Marion, Floris, Amsterdam Planespotting, Planes 111, Scott 97, Jacob Krijger, Siegfried. Good morning, one and all. Our next airplane coming this way is KLM flight 601. We'll be going to LAX. It's the PHBKH coming this way. 4-year-old airplane, first flight May 2020. Daniel asks if I'm wearing a t-shirt from the store today. Not yet. I'm still wearing gloves, albeit fingerless and unheated gloves. I still have my rain trousers over my jeans, but I'm not wearing ski trousers under the rain trousers anymore, nor am I wearing 2 pairs of socks, so gradually transitioning into spring-like conditions, but in the mornings it's still chilly and we have wind here. So winter garments are still very much in place. Now if you guys could let me know when the louder airplanes pass by, and I'm particularly curious about the A330s. Do you guys hear clipping? If the volume is too loud, let me know. I will have to lower the ambient volume just a little bit. It's particularly with louder airplanes like A330s that I am concerned it might be a tad loud, but I'm not sure yet. So let me know in the comments, guys. Chinese triple next to a Arabic, United Arabic 777. The hatch is open and there's no elevator or whatever you would like to call it next to it. Hopefully nobody falls out. To me, that sounds like a safety hazard. A work safety hazard. To the contrary, over here the hatch is open, but there's also a platform next to it. Now still you can fall quite hard if if the elevator is down. Hagratje, goedemorgen. Treft het weer. Weer getroffen met het weer. Ja, indeed. Lovely weather. Set to become 18 degrees C later in the day, and tomorrow too. That's almost 70 F. Then later after the weekend the temperatures will drop again. Narrow is now for the time being. This is, I think, KLM 1031 to Person-Chester. I think. Oh yeah, now I know. Label is moving. In the morning hours, the lighting of course here at the kban is great, whether it is for outbound traffic or inbound traffic. You have the sun shining from behind and that's optimal. Really great lighting. What's going on? A330 over there. That's KLM flight 661 to Houston, Texas. Before that we are going to see EasyJet to London Luton. Look away if you are Luton intolerant, folks. It's going to Celiac City. Part of my jacket got caught on the edge of the phone, which is mounted in a holder onto the camera. Hence the discontinuity in following. Ergonomics, very important. So yeah, that's the motherfucker coming this way pretty soon. In the meantime, a very good morning to everybody who has joined already. And also very good morning to Nick van Beek, who just now super chatted Goedemorgen in Dutch. That means good morning, which you guys probably know by now if you're a regular viewer. Nick, dankjewel. Thank you so much for your super chat, mate. Very kind of you. Goedemorgen to you too. Next airplane coming this way should be KLM flight 1175 to Stavanger. There it is, coming this way. Hey, Wolfgang also back in the chat. Servus, mate, good to see ya. All is well over here. Hope that also goes for you, my friend. This airplane is the PHBCB, 13 years old. Already pretty high in the sky. Now Wolfgang, you have a good audio system. Next up will be an A330-300. Can you listen and tell me if you can hear any clipping? I'm not sure about the ambient volume. It's more or less set to what I normally use for kban and polderbaan for inbound and outbound, but I'm not sure if it might be a tad too loud for the A330 coming this way. What is up, Alan? Good to see you, mate. Ari, Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning. Good morning, Amsterdam plane spotting. And we can also see KLM's 737-900 in the SkyTeam livery. First up, the FACA. KLM flight 661 to Houston, Texas, A330-300. 13-year-old airplane, first flight February 2012. Hey there Han, hey there Lise. Kanal Kurdistan, good morning. Bit of clipping, thought so. Need to lower it just a little bit. Now this is KLM flight 1251 to Helsinki. Should be leaving pretty soon. KLM flight 913 to Aberdeen will be departing first. That's a standard livery 737-700. 14 years old. First flight February 2011. Hey there Mark, morning mate. Good morning to all others who have joined. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24, primary runway for departures today. Also known colloquially as the kban. Hey Gerrit, goedemorgen. Pinux Schraube, buenos dias. Alright, departures from runway 18 left. Also in progress at the moment. And my camera a bit off balance by the looks of it. Needs to be a little bit further forward. It shouldn't be creeping up when I let go, and now it doesn't. Right. Always a bit of fine tuning needed. KLM flight 1251 coming. Going to bloody Helsinki in Finland. It's the SkyTeam 737-900 of KLM. So this is half of the fleet in the SkyTeam livery. It used to be a third, now only a half. The PHBXO, 23 years old. First flight, June 2001. Right, question now becomes, what's the next airplane going to be? Don't see anything on flight radar just yet. I still think this is a safety hazard. Open hatch and nothing next to it. Although it does look like there's a net or something or a gate in front of it. I should hope so. The Chinese triples hatch has closed, so think it might leave pretty soon then. Hey there, Sonny. Good morning. Welcome to the show, folks. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're standing next to runway 24, primary runway for departures today, colloquially called the kban, named after the Kaag, which is a little place in line with this runway. I think 10 or so miles out. A lake surrounding it. It's where the beacon is, where the airplanes landing here fly to, so that they're on final. EasyJet taking off to Marrakesh. That's runway 18 left, the secondary runway for departures. Embraer 175 to Aalborg seems to be lining up here for the kban pretty soon, so should see another departure from the runway we are standing next to in a few moments. There's a bit of wind, not a lot, but it is enough to cause ripples in the water. Haven't seen any ducks yet in the water. No ducks, no grebes, no coots. I think they're sleeping in. They must be off on Friday. More airplanes in the distance that are making their way over. Another Aer Lingus, which is going to go to Dublin. And another Embraer in the background taking off. And in the meantime, coming this way is KLM flight 1283. Destination Aalborg. Embraer 175. Registration PHEXU. Hailing from the year 2018. Good morning to all other viewers who have joined in the meantime. Simon or Simon, good morning. Martijn, goedemorgen. Bob asks if there are eels in the water. I wouldn't know for sure. I'm pretty sure that there are fish in the water, but whether or not they also contain eels, I have absolutely no idea, to be honest. Good morning, Xbox drummer. And thank you for the duckies, Hans. Meanwhile, Shamrock flight 603 to Dublin, Ireland is coming this way. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Den Haag. Uitroepteken, uitroepteken, uitroepteken. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And welcome to all others who are joining. Delta A330 to Detroit is coming. Can we see it already? Doesn't look to be visible just yet. Or has it just only been pushed back? It looks like it's just been pushed back. And Rosie Groovy, thank you so much for your kind words. Who says, I love your sense of humor. Thank you so much. I do my best. Right. Air France Bombardier C-Series 300 should be somewhere over there. Yeah, this is horribly in the way. No action over there yet, although I am expecting that it's going to be pushed back at some time. Hey Danny, goedemorgen. Dave Lee, good morning. Dave asks if that is a Swiss or BA on the left. And you probably asked that when we were pointing the camera over there. And I think you're referring to this. It is Air Serbia, isn't it? And that's Helvetic Airways. And this is KM Malta. And that is BA in the center. Blackburst, good morning. Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Stephanie. And Rob H says, California calling, eel updates are required. I'm afraid I can't give you more information than I already did just now. Outbound traffic, and there's always these moments where not much is happening. Normally you can see some action over here on the cargo platform, but hey, what do you know? Gary Grebe and his friend just now dove under. They thought, oh, there's a camera guy. Let's quickly dive under. They were moving right to left, so I'm expecting them to re-emerge. There you go, somewhere over there. Albeit temporarily, as always. There's his mate. Now, meanwhile, traffic is moving towards the threshold of the runway, and our next airplane likely is going to become KLM flight 1269, destination Copenhagen. Good morning, Mohammed. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Jeha van der Veen. Frans, goedemorgen. Pieter, goedemorgen. Good morning. KLM flight 1269 to Copenhagen should be coming next. KLM flight 1269 now on the move. Here it comes. 737-800 going to Copenhagen in Denmark. It's the PHBXD, 25 years old. It's a millennial hailing from 1999, August that year. A couple of heavy hitters are also on the move this way. Midvi, good morning. Thomas, goedemorgen. Traffic on runway 33. Which runway would that be, Wolfgang? Here's one of the next airplanes. Hey Fredopia, good morning. Tuning in all the way from Singapore. Good evening to you then. Or good afternoon. Remco, goedemorgen. Monique, goedemorgen. Boris, goedemorgen. Tuning in from The Hague. Welcome one and all. Ah, the water in front of me. Ah. Still early here. Took a little while before I caught up on it. Good morning, Dutch Kangaroo. All right. EasyJet, which is destined to go to Persenchester. There it goes. Hey there, Mark. Hey there, Marcel. Goedemorgen, Adriaan. Good morning, Jetstream Journeys, and to all others who have joined us. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy, and we're standing here at the kban. Runway 24, primary runway for departures today. And in the distance, EasyJet flight 22162 to Persenchester. It looks like it is going to become the first airplane to take off, although there's also... No, the rest of the traffic is in the vicinity, but not yet turning onto the runway. EasyJet now is... And if we magnify pixels a little, we can see it a little bit more detailed. EasyJet flight 22162 to Persenchester. A320, 13 years old, not Jesus but Jesus. Good morning to PJ Mosley and to all others who have joined. Neil, good morning. A321neo. KLM over there to Zurich. As you can see, 2 runways are in use for departures. Runway 18 left, and the runway we are standing next to, runway 24. This being the primary runway, which is going to stay open all throughout the upcoming hours. And 18 left, like yesterday, will be a secondary runway open temporarily. And just like yesterday, runway 27 is expected to become the secondary runway for arrivals. Since we're now once again in that 2-hour time period, temporarily, where Polderbaan would be used for arrivals, but now is closed due to the reflections of a solar farm north of it. Mrs. Professor also back in the chat, good to see ya. Los Viajes, the black and white, good morning. EasyJet just now took off and KLM is going to take over. This is an Embraer 190 which is going to go to Billund, and behind it more KLMs. Hey daar Ton, goedemorgen. So, the Chinese triple, they're done loading it. I'm expecting it to be pushed back sooner or later. Not sure what's going on over there with the Emirates, because there's no elevator right next to the open hatch. So whether or not they still need to load or unload stuff, I don't know. Don't know which of the two arrived earlier. They were both there already. And they haven't said anything about how to fix it permanently, Wolfgang. What they now only communicated was that they are going to close the runway on days that the sun is shining and Polderbaan is being used for arrivals between 10 and 12, at least until the 23rd of March, or until they've found a permanent solution. So I'm not sure what they're working on. Huh? Oh? Did I have autofocus on? Oh yeah, of course, for the for the Grebes. Was a bit surprised to see a focus dance happening. Delta in the background. Flight 133 to Detroit. Finally some heavies on the move, coming this way pretty soon, hopefully. And good morning, stranger. Happy Friday to you too, mate. Thank you so much for your super chat. Hope you're doing well, mate. They call me Am. Guten Morgen. Good morning, Hamish. And all others. Right, Delta is on the move. That's Delta flight 133. I think on the left what we see is the KLM flight to Miami. Second Delta now arriving is 143 to Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a Neo. Looking at the winglet, it looks to be so. So that's 2 deltas to Detroit and to Seattle. Hey, and Air Baltic on the move. Not seeing it on flight radar, or am I? Yeah, so I think it must have arrived just now. Seems that we are going to see some A330s next. Now I'm also seeing a KLM Dreamliner to Portland coming alive. It looks like the 777 to Johannesburg has been pushed back. Now I'm not sure if that is going to take off from runway 24 or if it is going to be a candidate for the other runway. Probably candidate for the other runway. And Remco says Air Baltic outbound. If I recall correctly, the flight from to Riga should have left around 10, which is what happened yesterday with the triple rejected takeoff. That was around 10 to 10:20. Maybe it's the one going to Vilnius. Björn, goedemorgen. Good morning. Claudia, good morning. Dave, good morning. Dave is tuning in from Guernsey. Redison Guy, good morning. Welcome, one and all. Happy Friday to you all. Hope everybody is doing well. In the meantime, we have Delta coming this way. Delta Airlines flight 133 to Detroit, Michigan. Hopefully the audio won't clip. Turn down the ambient volume a slight bit. The airplane is 17 years old. It's the November 819 November Whiskey. First flight July 2007. Beautiful. Qatar to Doha has been pushed back and is underway. Can we see that? I don't think that we're able to see it from over here. Hey, Air Baltic, is it going to take off from runway 24? That's interesting. Jetstream Journeys asks if this is a suggested spot to go plane spotting. Well, it is in the sense that the location is A+, because this is a primary runway, a preferred runway of Schiphol Airport, so it's almost always in use. Downside is it's a bit difficult to reach, but it is doable. This is Delta Airlines flight 143 to Seattle, Washington. A330neo. Gary Grebe. doing a bit of washing and having breakfast. Qatar continuing to the threshold of 1.8 left by the looks of it. Next should be KLM flight 627, an A330 300 to Miami, Florida. And in the meantime, good morning Ilko and congratulations. Ilko is celebrating 4 months of membership and enjoying every stream to its fullest. Thanks, he writes. Mate, thank you so much for your kind words. I'm happy to hear that you're enjoying every stream. I hope everybody is. Don't forget to leave a like if you are enjoying the content and haven't left a like already. Really helps to bring in new awesome people like yourselves who are into streams such as these but who haven't come across the channel yet. Might entice them to click on the suggested thumbnail and become part of our already awesome community. Beautiful. Hey Richard Moes, goedemorgen. And Air Baltic to Riga. Indeed. Yeah. Well, it was mentioned in the comments yesterday that the airplane that was having trouble yesterday did leave eventually after several hours, somewhere in the evening. There's also 777 over there. I think that is KLM flight 735 to Willemstad, Curaçao. It's Air Baltic MBA. Next up is going to be Air Baltic flight 618 to Riga. Where do I remember that flight number from? I think there was something with that flight number recently. Now, the airplane that is coming this way right now is the YLAAW. It's 4 years old, first flight May 2020, so it's not the same airplane as yesterday. But you never know. It looks like it is picking up speed. Might still reject, but no, not today. 1 triple rejected takeoff video this week is enough. Lovely sunny weather here. Good morning, everybody. Next up, another Air Baltic. Oh, BizJet, 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 BizJet. BizJet just now took off from runway 22. One of the cables a little tight. Right. And in the meantime, Air Baltic is coming this way. No time to waste. And that's a second successful attempt at taking off by Air Baltic. Senor Rodriguez, top of the morning, sir. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, Evan. Ah, mother effer. That's the Qatar to Doha. 777 freighter taking off from 18 left. The bastard's getting away. The mic is picking up BA to London. There's a tail visible, and that's KLM flight 735 to Willemstad, Curaçao. That's a 777-300 coming this way. The PH BVN, 10 years old, first flight February 2015. Welcome back, Paul, who is tuning in from sunny Noordwijk. Maybe I did sound a little disappointed, Evan. Maybe I did. Happy for the passengers. Obviously, rejected takeoffs are the icing on the cake for us as spotters. But there you go. 10-year-old PH BVN to Willemstad, Curaçao. Here she comes. Has to be one of the best sounds in the game. The GE90s on 777-300ERs. Mohammed asks when runway 36 left will open for departures. That's going to happen when the wind is changing to the north. Currently the wind is blowing from the south. So at best the runway is going to be used for arrivals. Now, between now and 12 it's going to stay closed, but it's going to open up again around noon. And it should be used for arrivals then. Only with northern wind will 36 left be used for departures. Tom R is tuning in from Zuid-Limburg. Landgraaf, goedemorgen. DNKH, good morning. Alrighty. Airplane coming this way that is not visible on flight radar, at least not on mine. The airplane in the background is though, KLM flight 615 to Portland. This is a 737, it still isn't showing here. Interestingly. Noah Jens, good morning. Sasha, good morning. Good morning to all others who have joined. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We're standing here at the kban. Runway 24. Where pretty soon KLM flight 615 is going to appear. A 7879 Dreamliner to Portland, Oregon. The BHF. 8 years old. First flight April 2016. In the meantime, still no movement over there. The Chinese triple is still standing where it stood. And still no immediate action seemingly taking place around the Emirates triple cargo. Gary Grebe just now emerging out of the water right in front of me, but obviously need to focus the camera on the business at hand. Dreamliner coming this way, going to Portland, Oregon. DB Baseman, good morning. Alan, good morning. Richard asks if Delta 73 to Atlanta will also be departing from where I'm standing. If the wind is blowing from the southwest, then the answer is yes. But it's going to take off from the Polderbaan if the wind is blowing from the north on the day of departure. So it depends. It always depends on the wind. It always depends on the wind. Now, let's have a look. Adrian mentioned something about the 747 landing. What I thought might have been an airplane was just a horizontal bit of what turns out to be a lantern. Center runway is over there. I'm trying to see if maybe we can see airplanes on the glide slope to it. They're landing from the north. I'm struggling to find anything, to see anything. Hey, Amsterdam A340 is on the move, folks. A340-600 to Paramaribo is coming. Now, let's see. I think the next airplane, or one of the next airplanes taking off from this runway, is going to be SLM flight 993 to Paramaribo, the A340-600 coming this way. Singapore A350 is moving to the threshold of 18 left, is looking to become number 3 or so. Red Wine Express now taking off. And is that the A340 already? I think it is. Yes, there she is. Suriname A340-600 has appeared over here. Adrie, goedemorgen. And good morning to all others who have joined. So this is an obvious departure from kban in a few minutes. The Suriname A340-600. Operated by USC. And bird control in the vicinity coming this way. This is K2. Lady bird control by the looks of it, or? Alrighty. While the A340 is going to hide from view temporarily, the next airplane taking off from runway 18 left in the background is going to be the Singapore Airlines A350-900. So I'm widening the shot a little bit. Could also be a hippie. You're right, Adri. Could also have been a hippie. I'm also hearing something with a propeller that I'm now for the first time seeing. Right. Bad timing for Singapore, but the A340 is going to be the one that I'm filming. It's the A340-600 KLM, SLM on its way to Paramaribo. German registered, 21 years old. Will she fly? Just to show you the shallow rate of climb. Fantastic. Well, it turns out we didn't need to push Maria. But thanks for being ready for it. And Little Diamond taking off from runway 22. Just now. Hey, Lance also in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Good morning. Now we might have missed the A350 from Singapore because of the A340. Emirates Flight 146 is now next to take off from 18 left by the looks of it. No, wait, Singapore. Still going. What? Yeah, I thought it was already gone. Not this time, you're getting away. GE90 is being started, and in the meantime, where is it? That's the Chinese triple that just got pushed back. They're starting the engines. You could also see Cathay Pacific in the background over there, having arrived just now. In the meantime, SAS lining up over here, and we also have Emirates Flight 146 to Dubai, which is going to take off from Runway 18 left in the background. Yep, there's the Emirates. Emirates flight 146 to Dubai International. Quick final glimpse at the Cathay Pacific, which has just now traversed the runway. Means that the next departure is free to go. Hey there, Teun, good morning. Eddie, good morning. Good morning to all others who have joined. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We're standing next to the kban runway 24. Chinese triple just now started its engines. The flaps have been set, and I think, yeah, it's moving. They've also did the controls check just now, and taxi clearance was given. This is a candidate to take off from the runway we are standing next to. Delta A330 Neo to Atlanta. Hey, Ita. Like the way that airplane looks in the sunshine. Delta over there, going to Atlanta, Georgia. Not too long from now. And here we have SAS coming this way. SAS flight 552 to Copenhagen. That's an A320. Registration Oi Cow. Not COW, but KAU. Kilo Alpha uniform. 17-year-old airplane. First flight August 2007. Hey there, John Dutch Canadian, good morning. Gabriel, salut. Dexus, good morning. Banteng, good morning. Welcome one and all. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We're standing here at kban runway 24, where a Chinese triple has begun taxiing. An Emirates triple cargo is still waiting there. The 7478 from Cathay Pacific has just now found its parking spot. The A340 left the ground, and next in the distance, lining up a little out of view but soon will reoccur, is Delta Airlines flight 73 to Atlanta. That's an A330 Neo, brand new airplane, in other words less than a year old, and the first flight of this airplane that we are about to see is December 2024. Registration November 433 Delta X-ray. Fanaberia is tuning in from Poland. New here, welcome, and nice of you to say hi. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It's not mandatory, but it is always appreciated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many people watching, they're all friendly. Many of them are knowledgeable. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Also, if you're liking what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps to bring in new people. People like yourselves who are into streams such as these, who will grow our awesome community even bigger. Delta Airlines on its way to Atlanta, Georgia. A330 Neo. Good morning, Dominic. It is lovely weather, isn't it? Robin, good morning. Roy, good morning. Alrighty. Next should be a 737 going to Stockholm. I think, yeah, there's the 777. Hey there, Benji, good morning. Interestingly, there's been a FedEx 737 by the looks of it for a while now there, and I don't think I've seen it move in the last couple of weeks. Does anybody know what is up with it? Is it actually moving? Is it just always parked at the same site? Because I've seen it there whenever I visited here for weeks on end now. This is KLM flight 1219 to Stockholm. It's a 737-800. PHBCG. And it is from March 2019. Shuni says the FedEx is there because there is no mail. And Dominic will fly with A380 from Düsseldorf tomorrow in 4 weeks. That's nice, mate. Something to look forward to. Counting down the days. And rightly so, I think. Is that the Dash 8? I think it is. Or is it a different bizjet? It's a different jet. It's not the Dash 8 from the Coast Guard by the looks of it. Or was it? No, different. Dassault Dornier. Dornier 328 from 1995. MHS Aviation going to Frankfurt. Lovely. Right. More KLM 737s. That Chinese triple is making its way over towards the threshold. If all is well, there's an E2 Embraer 195 coming, going to Newcastle. Although I did see another airplane earlier. Or I thought I saw. More biz jets in the meantime taking off from runway 22. More props. What? What's this one? Huh. Doesn't show on flight radar. Alright. There's the E2 Embraer 195. Oh wait, now it does, huh? Same Dornier. Did the Dornier make a touch and go? Huh? Oh, another one. Also from MHS. Okay, I thought I was tripping here because I thought that it wasn't able to do a touch and go so quickly. Right, 2 MHS Dorniers. Meanwhile, Richard, goedemorgen. Malky, good morning. Moto Snacks, good morning. Nusa Goals, good morning. I'm hearing a 777 coming this way. It's going to Shanghai in China. China Southern Cargo, flight 452. It's the 777 freighter. The one that we saw and heard just now. The neighbor of the Emirates that is still standing here. Four-year-old airplane. First flight March 2020. Ah, football related flights. Okay. Duly noted. Hey, action at the Emirates. There's a lift. And they're taking things out by the looks of it. In the meantime, welcome to the show. If you join us only later, you're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We're standing next to the kban, primary runway for departures today. The sun is out, a little bit of wind, nice weather all around. Emirates triple freighter being unloaded. Next airplane taking off from runway 24 is going to be EasyJet flight 22922 to Bristol. It is already coming. And it is already airborne. If you've been enjoying the stream so far and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to bring in more people, more awesome people like yourselves who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across the channel yet. Think there's our Chinese triple on its way to Shanghai. Means that we're missing out on a regular Embraer 195 passing overhead already. Fully zoomed out, this is how high some of those narrow bodies already are. Means that you always have to do more camera acrobatics. Hey, and runway 27 is being used for arrivals. We can see it in the distance, in the background. Over there, KLM 737. We probably cannot see the touchdown. No, terminal building in the way. Alrighty, SAS to Oslo. And that heavy hitter in the background is going to be KLM flight 705 to Rio de Janeiro. 777-200 Finn Regio, good to see you again. It has been a while. Hope you've been well in the meantime, mate. Next up, Lufty, flight 989 to Frankfurt. A319, already airborne. And this is Daib. D-A-I-B-B, 15 years of age. First flight January 2010. Hey there, Sarah, good to see you again. Hope all is well. Good morning, Brian. And good morning to all others who have joined. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are standing at runway 24, aka the kban. Primary runway for departures today. And we are going to see KLM flight 705 next at 777-200 ER to Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is in Latin America. You know what country also is in Latin America? You're goddamn right. In the background, United Airlines 767 to Houston, Texas. Hey there, Kyo. Good morning. And good morning to all others who have joined. Lovely weather here at Schiphol Airport today, as you guys can see. Unadulterated sunshine. And the morning sunshine beautifully illuminating the liveries from behind us. Right now until noon, the Polderbaan is closed for arrivals due to the sunshine and the solar farm lying just north of it. Whoever okayed that plan, what were they thinking? So yeah, at least until the 23rd of March, between 10 and 12 on days where Polderbaan normally would have been in use for arrivals, Polderbaan is going to close due to the reflections blinding the pilots. Or until they have found a more structural measure to counteract the reflections. I'm thinking the sun is getting up earlier by the day, so the problem is going to shift towards the beginning of the day more and more. At some point it's not going to bother us anymore. Probably won't be that long. This is United Flight 21 to Houston. Old school sounds from a 767-300 hailing from the 1990s. December 1992, the first flight of this airplane. November 656 Uniform Alpha. This airplane, if you counted correctly, is 32. Indeed, fin ratio, somebody did not think that through. Paul also back in the chat, good to see you, mate. Welcome back, hope all is well. If you joined us later, you have missed proof that A340-600s can get airborne. Now, whether that is because of their engine power or because of the Earth's curvature remains to be seen, but we did witness it earlier. Air Europa to Madrid is holding short and lined up, albeit a little out of sight, is KLM Flight 879 to Bangalore in India. Carol also back in the chat. Good to see you, Carol. Good morning. And Beyond Adventurous, good evening. Tuning in from Sydney. There was a little hold up that has to do with, I think, this BizJet taking off from runway 22 just now. Runway 27, now in use as secondary runway for arrivals. And in the meantime, over here, the KLM 100 Years Dreamliner flying to Bangalore. The PHBKA 78710, 5 years old, first flight June 2019. Magnificent. Hey there, Ulf. Guten Morgen. Herzlich willkommen. Good to see you again. Louis, good morning. Welcome back. Franz asked if I'm at Beach Avenue. Well, not formally. I'm in the grass field next to it. Beach Avenue is where the truck is driving. And it does look like there is a quad-engined airplane coming my way. I think that's from south to north. No time to linger too long on it because Air Europa is already coming this way. Going to Madrid, flight 1098, a 7879 Dreamliner. 5-year-old airplane, first flight February 2020. Play over there. Is it going or has it just arrived? Probably has just arrived. Or has it? Yeah, I think it has. Well, another departure from BizJet Central, and this time it is the Coast Guard -8 100. Was just saying hi to two lads that were walking back here. They went spotting a bit more under the towards the runway lights. No, not the runway lights, the approach lights. Otherwise calm here. Currently the only person here. KLM Embraer landing on runway 27. Lufty over there, going to Munich pretty soon. Air Icarus, quad squad coming this way. Really close to the sun. Probably won't be able to see any details at all. Frog in my throat. Think we should make out a lot of details as it is approaching. Is going to pass near my zenith. So with the sun behind us, we're probably going to see a lot of details on that quad-engined airplane. This, in the meantime, is BA Flight 431 to London Heathrow. Another A320. Right, let's see. Going up as high as I can with my camera. The quad-engined airplane should be approaching pretty soon. I am all zoomed out. Oh, intersection, confluence. It's two. Beautiful. Now, with the sun behind us, we can see the details quite clearly. This is an A340 Lufthansa. Unmistakably. This is the top end of optical zoom. And this is magnifying pixels. From Lufty to Lufty. This is what delivery looks like a bit further up close. Alright, quick look at what is going on the ground over here. The Emirates is still being unloaded, question? Or is this loading already? Frank also back in the chat, good morning. And welcome to all others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live, my name is Boy, we're standing here at kban, runway 24. Next airplane to take off from runway 24 is going to be an EasyJet to Celiac City. So look away if you are gluten intolerant. Next airplane might give you the cramps. EasyJet flight 22514, and that's an A319. In the meantime, you can see runway 27 is being used for arrivals. And there it is. Hey Danny, goedemorgen. Well. If you look at flight radar, we are going to see a Chinese A350. Well, it says China Airlines, but it's going to Taipei in Taiwan. It's the angry looking A350. 6 years old, first flight April 2018. Good morning, Andy Q, Jesse, Knut, Vliegtuigspotters Nederland, Ecornaat. Good morning, one and all. Interesting. Airplane passing by overhead. Can we still pick it up? Bit small. BizJet arriving probably. More BizJets taking off as well. Beautiful weather over here still. If you look around, only here and there some high cirrus clouds, some contrail remnants. Further to the south, like yesterday, mostly. Yeah, I think we should start seeing the A350 pretty soon. You can just about see its tail on the far right. Finnair will be leaving for bloody Helsinki. It's an A321, unfortunately. The Chinese A350 is coming this way. China Airlines Flight 74 going to Taipei in Taiwan. Hey Fritz, guten Morgen. Good to see you again. Welcome back, mate. Registration of this airplane is the Bravo 18917. It is 6 years old, first flight April 2018. Safe travels, grumpy, Mrs. Professor says. Safe travels indeed. Area 50 in the meantime over there, passing by. Doing a tour around Schiphol. Or at least that's what I like to think. KLM 777 in the background. That is going to go to Sao Paulo pretty soon. First, Finnair flight 1302. Right, Finnair flight 1302 to bloody Helsinki, an A321. It's on the move. You can see it coming into the picture from the right. 7-year-old airplane. OHLZS is its registration. TUI in the background. That's going to Bonaire. Bonaire. That sounds like the name of an airline company. Bonaire. Sad to see that this is not the A350, but a cheap knockoff. Before they're swimming around the corner, here are Donald and Daisy. They have awoken as typical birds, night owls, not up early. But you've seen them, proof that they're here. Now, is that one of the coots? I think it is, isn't it? Yep. So coots, grebes and ducks. We've seen them all. Now what's missing still are the crows, the seagulls. Anything else? The kestrels? I haven't seen any kestrels yet. This is KLM flight 791 to Sao Paulo, 777-300. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Mitchell. Nelly, goedemorgen. And indeed, Harry. I have completely forgotten about Harry. Harry the Hypnotizing Heron. Haven't seen him here. Next flight coming this way is going to Bonaire. There it is. TUI flight 393. It's a 7878 Dreamliner. PHTFK is its registration. The airplane is 10 years old. The first flight was in May 2014. And there's a 777-200 from KLM somewhere in the background. Yep, there it is. Going to Quito. Midfee has to go. Thank you for joining, Midfee. Hope to see you in the next one. Before the 777 to Quito is going to leave. Let me quickly go back to the laptop. Saw that Andy Q went ahead and just now gifted 10 memberships. Mate, you didn't have to do that, but you did it anyway. Thank you so much for your generosity, Andy. 10 new members, courtesy of you. I hope that everybody who just now received a membership from you will like it, will use the custom emojis to their liking, and will not forget to say thank you for the gifted membership. If you are a member, whether or not you got your membership gifted or not, don't forget to use the custom emojis. There's 28 of them. They're there for a reason. Spamming is not allowed, but you're allowed to use custom emojis freely whenever you see fit, even if they're not appropriate. They're there to have fun with. So by all means, do use them and have fun with them. Andy, thank you so much once again for your very generous gifted memberships just now. And welcome new Sky Lounge members. Quick sip of vodka. SKLM flight 755 is going to come this way. Right, here it is. KLM flight 755 going to the capital of... It is Quito. Good morning to Felix. Good morning, Paul. And good morning to all others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are standing here next to runway 24, aka the kban. It's the primary runway for departures today. The sun is out. It was KVK already before in the morning when I first entered the meter into the ticker. Let's have a quick look and see what the weather has been doing since. This is the meter that I have pasted in the ticker. Not expecting significant changes. Yeah, the wind is still blowing from the south. The runway in use for departures is oriented like this. Means that the wind is coming from the left and is a little bit headwind. It's still KVK, it's 14 degrees by now and the wind is blowing 6 knots from 170 degrees. Not much to see, just lovely weather, sunny weather, spring-like weather. Quick update of the meter in the ticker. Promises to become a KVK day, at least here now in this part of the Netherlands and for the next couple of hours. Our next airplane is coming. It is an EasyJet. EasyJet to Krakow A319. And if all is well, next is going to be Delta Airlines flight 243 to Boston, Massachusetts. Going back to Sarah. Yeah, she's on the move. Delta Airlines flight 243. It's an A330 Neo coming this way. This particular airplane, brand new, first flight October last year. Mrs. Professor has to sign off, time for bed for her. Thanks for joining, Mrs. Professor. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Good morning, Bjorn. Good morning, MDW. Good morning, Alamin. Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Christian. Welcome one and all. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're standing here at the kban, where the Dreamliner to Mumbai is moving away from us. That means the opening of runway 18 left for departures is imminent. United 767 is also going to 18 left. That's interesting. They're probably going to do an inspection of the runway then. Although I'm not seeing any yellow trucks on the runway or near the runway yet. Right, so what's going on? We have a couple of departures that normally would have taken off from runway 24 that are going to 18 left, including United Airlines, right, Sarah has to go, her phone is overheating. Thanks for joining for now and hopefully see you again later then, Sarah. Right, so right, what's going on? Let's have a quick look on Bezoekbus and see what runway use is going to be like. Not seeing any reason for a runway change, but you never know, so let's have a quick look. From 11 until 11:40, landing on runway 18 center and on runway 27, takeoffs from runway 24 from 11:40 until 1 o'clock, landing on Polderbaan, and takeoffs from runway 24 and 18 left. Runway 24 constantly being mentioned for departures, so there's no reason to expect a runway change. It does mean that for the time being we can only observe departures from a distance. Probably won't be for long before traffic is going to resume from runway 24. I imagine that at some point they also need to do an inspection to see if there's any debris or anything on the runway. Right. That was one of United's 767s. The only thing yellow that I'm seeing right now is this over here. Now the departure, that's the Dreamliner to Mumbai, or is it? And the ducks are trying to see if they can outfly it. Alrighty. So, what is happening? Runway 24 indicated to become to be the primary runway for departures. Now temporarily seems to be out of use. I don't know why that is. They're not doing an inspection or anything. That yellow truck over there It's just going around the runway. Right now, it seems that all outbound traffic is going to runway 18 left. And there is another yellow vehicle over there in the distance. And it's not driving on the runway. It's also not a bird control vehicle. Right. Let's see. There is an Embraer 175 over there in the distance, at least according to flight radar. But it is also moving away. Really weird what's going on here. Don't know what is going on here. So the runway that, according to all the websites indicating expected runway use is saying should stay open for outbound traffic as primary runway. Now temporarily not in use. Kip is indicating that the 777 to Lima will be taking off from runway 24. Has that been confirmed on EHAM CDM? Hey, helicopter, police helicopter. Huh? KLM to Lima signed to 18 center. 18 center, what are they going to do? Are they going to use this runway for arrivals? Is that what's going to happen? (18C) for departures. So that means they will be taking off from over there and will be passing right overhead then. This is interesting. So that means they are going to switch to a north-south oriented runway use instead. That's interesting because the wind is not very substantial. So for the time being, 18 center is still being used for arrivals. Right, well, let's wait then and see what's going to happen. If they're going to land on 18 right and center is going to be used for departures. Let's see what that is going to do. Don't think I've been standing here for departures from 18 center before. So that should be nice. So thus far everything is still taking off from 18 left. There's still an E2 Embraer 195 coming in, landing on the center runway. I think after E2 Embraer has landed, they can switch to the new runway configuration. Interestingly, on paper that E2 Embraer should be very close by, and I've tried to see if I could see anything land on the center runway, but maybe we need to look a bit further over there. A bit further over there. You'd think you might catch a glimpse of traffic landing on the runway, but I'm pretty sure that if it's going to be used for departures, we are going to see it. Those airplanes should pass right overhead. Really not the best position to be filming from, because I think those airplanes are going to land, take off and pass right in the zenith. Eden Riel says, I see it more left above the board. I'm not seeing anything. Well, it has landed now, so there's nothing to see. Now, let's see. Delta Airlines flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota is lined up on the threshold. 18 left. Are there any airplanes yet assigned to center to take off from? The 777 to Lima? It seems to be taxiing in that direction. Right. Delta Airlines flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Right. So the KLM 777 to Lima is now taxiing to the center runway, which is basically between this sign and this building. It's going to be used for departures pretty soon, and that means they're coming right overhead. Immediately overhead. Here I was located a bit off axis, but we're now standing more or less really in line with the runway heading, so I'm not sure that this is going to provide the prettiest pictures, but I am curious because for me this is going to be a first. I don't think I recall having stood here with arrivals taking place, with departures taking place from center. Once did I stand here when it was used for arrivals as 36 center. That was pretty gnarly. If it's not working out, I might have to call it quits, but let's wait and see whether or not the departures take place from runway 24 or from 18C. This is a good location. We're still waiting. United to Chicago, Air Canada to Toronto, also assigned to center, Marissa says. And there's a BizJet just now taking off from runway 22, which is something that we can still see from over here. Where did I see it? Already a bit further to the right. Cessna citation. Bedtime for Maria. Maria, thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest. No, not enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your night's sleep. Sleep well. Hopefully see you again tomorrow then. Alright, now something new here. Departures from 18 center, and we are standing at the location where we filmed the arrivals and departures from and to the kban from. So whether or not this is going to work out, I'm not sure. We're going to find out soon enough. Hey there Martinaire, good to see ya. Ton also back in the chat, good to see ya. So runway roulette, where initially at the website indicating the expected runway use, Bezoek Bus, it was mentioned that runway 24 was going to be the primary runway for outbound traffic throughout the upcoming hours. Now a runway change has been effectuated, and it's the 3 parallel north-south oriented runways that are temporarily in use. Let me also update the ticker, because that is outdated information now. So departures, let's have a look. That's 18 left and 18C then. And arrivals now once again 18 right. Yeah, there you go. Nothing is ever certain here at Schiphol Airport, including runway use. Bezoek Bus often is right, but not always. It's not 100% accurate. Another change in the situation at the cargo apron. The Emirates 777 now has its hatch closed, so I'm expecting it to be pushed back pretty soon. Might pick up on the sound of the GE90's engines starting once it has been pushed back. Does seem that we have a line cutter that is going to take off before the triple will. Embraer 190. Going to Aberdeen. In the meantime, things are warming up here. And I just took off my rain trousers and I'm standing in just jeans for the first time in the year. Hey there, Amber. And Hans is indicating that the Emirates A380 is now over Zwolle in Dutch airspace. Going to the Polderbaan. Might catch a glimpse of it from here. But don't get your hopes up too high. Alright. An airplane is coming. I don't know even if I need to... Oh, it's over there. Ah, yeah, we're standing a bit further away, so I was wrong. Now, do I move to the left or to the right? Let's move to the left. So that's the orientation I have everything set up in. Oh, yeah, that's a pain in the you know what. If they're moving right over you, you can raise the camera until it hits the zenith, but you cannot continue following it. I think this is not the best location for traffic coming this way. Now we know where we need to look. It's this building. Oh, this is not the best location to be standing. We're right under the center line of the center runway. Let's try that again. Next up is KLM flight 743 to Lima in Peru. That's a 777-300 Oh man. Yeah, there it is. Maybe we need to move to the right. Give that a go. All right. We're learning on the job. Learning on the job. This seems to be a bit better. Right, how was the audio? I have my blimp. I think it is more or less oriented in the right direction. Maybe need to realign it a little. No, wait, it is in the proper alignment. Might have to raise it a little bit. Like so, perhaps. Let's see. Hopefully no clipping. Right, 767-300 coming this way. United Airlines flight 908 going to Chicago O'Hare. First flight of this airplane was in August 1998, making it 26 years old. Alright, alright. That seems somewhat decent. I think it might be worth sticking around for. Right. Okay, so for those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We began the stream with departures from runway 24, but it has now progressed. Runway change unexpectedly effectuated. Now primary runways are center and left. And for the first time, I think ever, we're standing here to film departures from center. We're right under the center line of the runway to the south. And the building that you're seeing is where the airplanes taking off from center runway will appear behind from. Yeah, not much more to say. I think I might have to reposition my remote zoom control, which is what I can do while there's no traffic coming. So I think over here would be the best location. Different tripod leg. Reattach. Yep, it's working. Right, so now I've got the remote, the zoom remote that I'm using where my left hand is, so that I can pull the camera with my right. The Emirates 777 is going to leave for Dubai, presumably. It's getting pushed back. Now looking at what is going on. There's a Norwegian 737-800 that is lining up before Air Canada will. Hadi Peter, goedemiddag. And also a massive big thank you to Dominic, who just became a member again. Thank you for choosing the Aurora Sky Lounge as your place to hang out in once again. Thanks for your vote of confidence. We kept your seat warm. This pushback is now a pull forward. I'm also checking out over here because Norwegian is coming. Next up, Air Canada Flight 809 to Toronto, Canada. That is a 777-200 long range. 17-year-old airplane, first flight November 2007. Next to take off from 18 center. It's coming. Right, we're making the best of the situation. We began the stream with departures from runway 24, but runway use has changed, and now for the time being it is a north-south configuration. All three north-south oriented runways now in use. Han says that the A380 is on the glide slope. Let's see, where is it then? Is it to center or polderbaan? It almost looks like it is between the two runways. Yeah, so can we see it? If it is visible, I think it should be somewhere in that part of the sky. I'm already struggling to see the preceding airplane. That's not it, is it? No, that's another lamp. So I'm trying to see if I can catch a glimpse of the Emirates A380 for you guys. I think I have it now. I think I have it. Yeah, there it is. Emirates flight 1247. Arriving from Dubai, now landing on the polderbaan. 6 hours and 20 minutes on the way. It must have had a little bit of tailwind. It's the A6EUB, 9 years old, first flight February 2016. So this is what you can see from over here of polderbaan arrivals. Runway inspection in progress over here. What you saw just now was a glimpse of a bird controller. Over here on the runway doing an inspection. K1 in a Raptor Ranger, used to be VW, now no more. And it looks to me like KLM flight 1139 to Dublin is now going to line up on the kban. Once again, going back to the configuration that we were having before. Hey there, Dave. Good to see ya. So, question now becomes how many more airplanes are going to take off from center? Not many, I think. I'm not seeing any at the moment. Tractors here at Schiphol Airport, quite a few of them actually. Right, runway roulette all over again, indeed, Marissa. It looks like we're going back to the runway configuration that we were having before and was expected to be the runway use of the day. Right, unscrew and reattach and then remove the remote zoom. Back to where I had it before. Right, there we go. Reattach. Also, need to lower the microphone a little bit. Oriented a bit upward now. Quick. A few notches down. Approximately in this direction. Should be good. Now waiting for the inspection to be over. Looks like the 737 is approaching and lining up. And I am turning grey, Frank, indeed. I am 42 after all. Even though some of you won't believe it looking at my pictures, it is true. Right. Resumption of runway use. I remember I still have to update the ticker, which I will do right after this one. This is KLM flight 1139 to Dublin, Ireland. Let's be quick. I think the next airplane is going to be from Transavia to Innsbruck. In the meantime, let's update a runway configuration again. So departures is, what is it now? 18 left and runway 24. And arrivals is now once again 18 right and 18 C. The normal configuration for when the wind is blowing from the south. Transavia going to 18 left. Okay. Evan says, you're 42 and you met a great lady. I'm 35. You give me hope. Always have hope, mate. Guess which airplane just came alive on flight radar? Where's it going to go to? Which runway will it take off from? Going to 18 left. Okay, so we had one departure from from runway 24. Is that going to be the only one? What on earth are they doing? Is there a single airplane now taxiing outbound destined to take off from runway 24, or are they all going to go to runway 18 left? Right, Cathay will be going to Hong Kong, so yeah, that's an 18 left departure. Are they now all moving away? No, wait. The E2 is moving towards the threshold. Where's that? Yeah, that's an E2, isn't it? Has to be the E2 to Bergen. Good question, Paul. Have ATC been on the AMS Vodka? You'd think so, wouldn't you? In the meantime, I see a contrail passing by in the sky over here. Twin jet, which is Wizz Air, if I had to guess. Or is it something else? Wow, they're really testing our patience today, aren't they? It does look like we have another departure from runway 24. It's going to Bergen. It's an E2 Embraer 195. KLM flight 1167. Mother effer. Airplane hailing from the year 2024, month not specified. It says it's a year old, so I'm assuming it was then from January or February. Headspace says, "Fat Cathay, show us your belly." Her Majesty is probably not amused when you say that to her. Oh yeah, there it is. The moon is also out, although with the sun also being out, it's hard to see any details on it. Looks like there's an Embraer 190 to Inverness now coming next. And there is the second half of KLM's SkyTeam livery fleet. We already saw the 737-900 take off earlier. And the Embraer 190 to Inverness is going to be next. Now also in the background, Turkish to Istanbul. Flight 1952, A330-300. Right. Hey there Hans, goedemiddag. Beautiful sky indeed, mate. Here's our next airplane. Second airplane of the show in the KLM SkyTeam livery. Going to Inverness in Scotland. Hans says, you must re-watch that Embraer again at home. It almost looked like it waved. You mean the KLM Embraer SkyTeam livery? Or are you referring to a different one? Didn't notice it at the time, but I will have a look. Right. Anything else coming this way? I think the first wide body that we are going to see is going to be the Cargo 777 from Emirates, which is about to line up on 18 left. It's a coming and going of tractors here, I can tell you. It's as if they are harvesting potatoes here right at Schiphol. Next airplane to take off over here is going to be KLM flight 1127 to Ork. In the meantime, Emirates Sky Cargo to Dubai World Center. Climbing out on from 18 left. Next up should be KLM flight 1127 to Cork in Ireland. Embraer 175. 7-year-old airplane. It's the PHEXX. She's 7 years old. First flight February 2018. Austrian in the background. Didn't look like it had the word Wolf on it. They still haven't repainted those liveries. We can catch a glimpse of the 787-10 pretty soon. No, not 787-10, 7478. When it is going to the left towards the threshold of the wrong runway, sadly. Also a massive big thank you to Dave A010 for your generous super chat. Dave writes, going back to work again, enjoy the rest of today and see you all soon. Dave, thank you so much for joining us here today. Thank you for your generosity as well. And enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Hopefully see you again tomorrow. Lee will also back in the chat, good to see you, mate. Welcome back. And Henk D21 Hoogeveen says, I'm watching you on TV, but just had a look on Flight Radar. There's a drunk pilot over the province of Drenthe in a private jet. Very funny to see. Huh? Really? That's interesting. Ah. The quote-unquote drunk pilot is a pilot who is flying back and forth, making photos, aerial photography. Had the tilt axis still locked. Here's the G leaving the country. Part of its livery is blue, so I'm assuming it's a crib. Next airplane coming this way is KLM flight 927 to Edinburgh. It's a 737-800, the PHBXA. 28 years old, first flight January 1999. Croissarva is back. Good to see ya. Good afternoon. And welcome to all others who have joined. What a funny stream it has been. We started with departures from runway 24, then only briefly for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Now normalcy seems to have returned with a quote-unquote normal runway use. Right, so we had two airplanes at the cargo area over here. They've both gone. And only one 747 arrived and is now leaving again, the 747-8. Adri has to go. See you later, Adri. Qatar to Doha has been pushed back. Another likely candidate for runway 18 left. Another bizjet just now taking off from runway 24. No, 22. Apologies. Here we go. Next airplane taking off from the kban, runway 24, is going to be an Embraer 190 to Billund. The airplane that you see over there is KLM flight 1233, which is going to go to Göteborg. The airplane going to Billund is already lined up. This is Austrian taking off to Vienna. Plain Austrian, no Wolf. Let's see. Embraer 190 on the move, coming this way already, going to Billund, KLM flight 1295. 747-8 is lining up on the threshold of 18 left. And I certainly wasn't afraid of the G this time, Evan, absolutely not. Like I said yesterday, or when was it? I'm not afraid for I'm not afraid for G's. Of G's. English is failing, I need more vodka. I need more vodka. Afraid of G's. Right. Next to depart from 18 left is going to be the 747-8 to Frankfurt. Cathay Pacific Cargo. We saw it traverse runway 24 earlier, when it had arrived on, I think it was the center runway. Now leaving for Frankfurt. There she is. Rotating already. Beautifully climbing out. Another rare Embraer over here. Hey there, the cat. Wow. Good to see ya. Next airplane to take off from this runway is an Embraer 190 to Copenhagen. It's Embraer after Embraer after Embraer. Cathay Pacific A350 to Hong Kong is also on the move. Probably won't be long before it's going to take off from 18 left again. Now Andy, mate, thank you so much for your generous super chat there. A coffee for the maestro. You really didn't have to do that, mate, but thank you so much for that. Now, here we go. Hi. Right, next up, lined up on runway 18 left is a KLM 777-300 to Kilimanjaro. And thank you so much for your kind words, Andy. Much appreciated. We are only seeing narrow bodies taking off from runway 24 for the time being. Another Embraer 175 and a 777 to Kilimanjaro. That's a 777-300. Finally a heavy coming this way, Marissa says. That's good news. Delta A330 Neo to Minneapolis. What? I didn't even know that heavies were still leaving from the kban. Now I am seeing something red over there, which looks like might take off from this runway pretty soon. Frank says you really can't blame the ATC people. They're up 100 meters above the ground, less oxygen, all dizzy, making strange runway decisions. Well, we've certainly seen our share here today. Next airplane coming this way is an E2 Embraer 195 to Glasgow. And A350 is now lining up on 18 left. I'm expecting that to emerge from the left pretty soon. Flight radar says it's on the move, so let's have a look. A350 1000 to Hong Kong. There it is. Cathay Pacific once again. If you wouldn't know better, you'd think that the sound of the E2 Embraer just now passing by was actually the sound of this A350. See that John Singleton is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. And welcome to all others who have joined. Hope you're doing well. In the meantime, PayPal is giving me a notification that J. Krijger has just donated a very generous donation via PayPal. Thank you so much, J. Krijger. Hope you can hear me say thank you and are still watching. It says here in Dutch, thanks, this is the best relaxed TV I can imagine. By all means, continue the way you are. Mate, thank you so much for your kind words and for your generous donation. I will do my utmost best to continue doing what I'm doing. This is KLM flight 1033 to Persenchester. Next up, ladies and gentlemen members, you know what time it is. Whether you are a new member or old, dust off that one emoji you know you can now use. Going to Reykjavik in Iceland and about to pass by. Hey, is that a caterpillar? I think it is. There she is. Make the chat red, ladies and gentlemen. Flight 461, A320neo, destination Reykjavik in Iceland. 2-year-old airplane, first flight October 2022. Already rotating and up in the sky. Hey, big bird in the background. What? Hell yeah. Hey there, Afraus, who is tuning in from Oman. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. In the meantime, unfortunately, another one getting away from us. Qatar to Doha. More A350s. Right, it is Dreamliner time, and there is a 747 to Nanjing in China from Suparna that is now alive, and Marissa already confirming what I thought was going to happen. It is confirmed for runway 24. That is absolutely splendid. Here we have KLM flight 757 to Panama City. And this is a 787-10 Dreamliner. About damn time. Also hearing traffic overhead. Where was that little contrail? There it is. That's a Dreamliner, isn't it? Which one is it? Light blue backside of the fuselage. I don't recognize it immediately. Frank asks if I'm already getting warmed up by the bird radar radiation. I absolutely am, mate. Yeah. For the first time in this year, the rain pants are off during the stream already. Standing here in my jeans and my warm winter parka, barehanded. The fingerless gloves have also gone off. Slowly but surely, things are warming up here. Britty Hopper is lining up. EasyJet to Liverpool is coming this way. And in the background on the left, Delta Airlines flight 163 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Norse 7878. Right. Thank you guys. I was already thinking, Norse. What are you guys? Is that a new word? But it's the name of the carrier, I now realize. Hey, Yellart's also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Right, so finally a bit of wide body traffic in a few moments. Where you have Delta and KLM over there. KLM 777 to Calgary. Now first an not an EasyJet, Eastern Airways. And it's going to NQY, Newquay. $20-year-old airplane, first flight March 2004. Bertie Hopper, copyright by Frank. One of those flights that are already terribly high and require you to do gymnastics to follow it. That's okay. Headspace asks if we have daylight savings over here. We do. Last weekend of March over here, from Saturday to Sunday, we are going back to... Is that daylight savings that we're going to then? Or is it daylight savings now and are we going back to the non-daylight saving? Either way, Delta Airlines flight 163 to Minneapolis, Minnesota, now taking to the sky from runway 24. 3-year-old airplane, first flight April 2021. Okay. Amish has to go to bed and pray that his home is not destroyed. I hope so too, mate. Hope that it survived the cyclone and everything is still okay. Thanks for joining, Amish, and hope to see you in the next one, which is, if all is well, tomorrow. Next airplane coming this way is KLM flight 677 going to Calgary, 777-200 the PHBQK, 20 years old, first flight January 2005. And also a massive big thank you for 500 likes. And I see that the cat went ahead and gifted 5 memberships. I hope it was because of that. Thank you so much, the cat, for your generosity. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge new members. Don't forget to say thank you to the cat if you just got a gifted membership from him or her. Is it a him or a her? The cat. I always thought probably a her, but you never know for sure. The cat, thank you so much for your generosity. Welcome new members of the Aurora Sky Lounge, and don't forget to use those custom emojis. That goes for new members, young and old, gifted or not gifted. Him! There you go. Don't forget to say thank you to the cat if you are one of the recipients. Don't forget to thank him for your gifted membership. If you have been enjoying the stream so far and you haven't already, consider leaving another like. It really helps to bring in new people like yourselves who are into streams such as these but who haven't come across the channel yet. YouTube universe is very big and AMS Live is still a small channel in that respect. And your likes really help to bring in new awesome people and grow this awesome community even bigger. A quick sip of AMS Live vodka to keep the juices flowing. Our next airplane is on the move. Delta Airlines flight 237 to Tampa. It's the November 814 November Whiskey. The airplane is 18 years old, first flight December 2006. Now, is the Suparna Queen already moving? Suparna Airlines 747-400 to Nanjing in China. Is going to take off from this runway. Raj also back in the chat. Good to see you, Raj. Hope all is well. So, you can see the sun is still out and there are little to no clouds in the sky. Not even contrail remnants. They seem to dissolve. Oh no, wait, there are a few cirrus clouds over there. That is the east, I think. Northeast, more or less. The moon is still out. It looks like it has become a little bit less hazy. Still, not many details that you can see during the daytime. I haven't tried pointing my camera towards the moon during night yet. It has been very cloudless lately, so maybe I have to do that tonight. The Suparna is on the move. Suparna 747, which will be going to Nanjing in China. Not sure if we can see its tail from over here. Don't think that we can. Does look like there is another. That's Suparna, right? There's a second one. And this is DHL by the looks of it. Delta Airlines Flight 91, which is going to go to Orlando, Florida, is also coming. Should be taking off from runway 24 as well. And the Suparna 747 is about to line up. Looking around me in the water, I'm not seeing any water birds anymore. We did see them earlier. A330 to Orlando over there. And Suparna lined up. There you see the tail. And she's on the move. Here she comes. Suparna Airlines Flight 8741 to Nanjing in China. 747-400 ER freighter. 17 years old. First flight July 2007. While we're waiting for Delta Airlines Flight 91 to Orlando, Florida to line up, let's follow Her Majesty a little bit. Right, Delta Airlines Flight 91 to Orlando, Florida is now coming this way, so here we go from one heavy hitter to the next. This is Delta Airlines Flight 91 to Orlando, Florida. It is a 1-year-old A330neo. First flight of this airplane was in October 2023. The registration of this airplane is November 425 Delta X-ray. Little contrail in the background. Right. Here we go. Next up, KLM flight 611, 777-200 KLM Asia, going to Chicago, which of course is in North Asia. It is the PHBQN, Bravo Quebec, November. She's on the move, she's 18 years old, first flight April 2006. And the sounds are coming this way. In the background we have an Embraer to Frankfurt, Embraer 175. EasyJet A320 Neo to Edinburgh is also coming this way. And it's now 1 p.m. From 1 until 2 o'clock, only one runway open for outbound traffic. That should be this runway full as well. Hey there Hen Air, hey there Killer Spieler, and hey there all others who have joined. And he says, glad you persevered. I'm happy I did so too. In the meantime, all of a sudden, under the radar, Air China Cargo A330-200 snuck behind our radar and has arrived over there. So the northern side of the cargo apron is no longer unoccupied. There's one airplane at the moment. A330 KLM flight 767 to Aruba, Oranjestad is also coming this way. Well, everything is coming this way because there's now only one runway open for departures, if all is well, until approximately 2 o'clock. Question is, how many heavy hitters are we going to see? Each time we're at the Polderbaan for departures to the north. There's quite a few in the last hour, so I'm hoping we're going to see some here today as well. Embraer 175 to Frankfurt, KLM flight 1819. Delta Airlines Flight 75 to Atlanta, Georgia. Another A330 has come alive on the platform. Should be getting pushed back pretty soon. If you guys have been enjoying the stream so far and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. Really helps to bring in new people like yourselves who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across the channel yet, who don't know AMS Live yet, and don't know what a tremendous, awesome community this is. Your likes helps to promote the thumbnails of my streams to people who are also into aviation, and hopefully will entice them to click on it, and they'll see the world behind AMS Live, and they'll want to stick around like you guys also at some point. The more the merrier. EasyJet on its way. 2 more Embraer 190s preceding... Oh, snap! Motherfudger, Qatar. And Air says, oh yes, boy, I'm ever so grateful for the warm welcome I received when I first took my tentative steps in the aviation community. Were those first steps over here, or did you take your first steps somewhere else? Generally speaking, it is a very welcoming and pleasant community I have found. Like-minded people. Another Britty hopper. Oh, where is that A330 going? Not taking off from the threshold by the looks of it. Interesting to see what's happening there. And he says, we keep it light, we don't do politics or agendas. Well, looking in my agenda, it's about time for another departure. Hey, this one I didn't see on the radar, or was that previous airplane not visible? So apparently 3 consecutive Embraer 190s then. Kilo Flight 957 Britty hopper to Newcastle, and then an Embraer 190 to Stuttgart. Is that going to be German Airways then? Frank says, no politics, but we have a good laugh about overseas idiots. Yeah. But that's because we're Dutch and we're automatically drawn to orange as a theme to make jokes about. Hey, it's the Herpa Derpa Derpa. Only vaguely visible from this angle, but it is the Herpa Derpa Derpa German Airways. Going viral with herpes for 75 years. Alia says, boy is not a member of the motor club, no calendar. You have to know, we have a 1% motorcycle club here that's called No Surrender. So it's a play on words in Dutch. Right, let's see. Another Embraer 190. Preceding the heavy hitter, but we are going to see 3 consecutive wide bodies if I check flight radar. And indeed the A330 took the touristic route. All these narrow bodies. already high up in the sky. The next 3 airplanes are wide bodies, a bit heavier, take a bit longer to take off the ground, maybe climb a little bit slower initially. They're going to pass by right at the right altitude. Next airplane coming this way, KLM flight 767, going to Oranjestad in Aruba. It's an A330-300. The airplane is fake. It's fake news. 12-year-old airplane, first flight January 2013. And Sarah is back. Good to see you again, Sarah. Nicely in time for at least 3 consecutive wide-body departures by the looks of it. Up, up, and away. Whether or not it's coincidental, but the car alarm is going off here. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the mic. Hey Richard, goedemiddag. Welcome to the show and welcome to all others who have joined. Hey, another 747 from Suparna to Nanjing in China, live on Flight Radar. But that's not it. That is Atlas, isn't it? No, wait, it is Suparna. Ah, the fake is going to Oranjestad. How fitting, indeed. Fake news. And Richard wonders if you are unable to use an app for runway use on your phone. The app I am using, I think, is Baangebruik. Now I do use an Android phone, but there's still an app that I have installed that instead of you needing to go to LVNL, you can have a look at. I think it is directly linked to the LVNL website, but so at least for Android there should still be one. This is American Airlines flight 203 to Philadelphia. It's a 7878 Dreamliner, November 810, November, Alpha November. 9 years old, first flight September 2015. Hey Michael, goedemiddag. All right. More Deltas coming in. Delta Airlines flight 75 next to take off to Atlanta, Georgia, an A330-300. Hey Naomi, goedemiddag, good afternoon. Here it is, Delta Airlines flight 75, A330-300, November 803, November Whiskey is its registration. The airplane is 21 years old, first flight August 2003, and in the background more Delta A330s. This is Delta Airlines flight 135 in the background, another A330-300. It's going to go to Detroit, Michigan. Wingspan. Adiorn, goedemiddag, good afternoon. And that's useful information, Brandon. If you're using iOS, the app is called Schiphol Spotters app. Time for more Delta A330 violence. And that's an E2 Embraer 195 from KLM over there, which is going to go to Bucharest by the looks of it. If all is well, EasyJet, no, JetBlue, EasyJetBlue will be leaving for New York shortly thereafter. There she's coming, Delta Airlines Flight 135, going to Detroit, Michigan, 8-year-old airplane, first flight April 2016. It's the November 827 November Whiskey. Andy Q has to leave, unfortunately. Sounds like he has an agenda. Andy, thank you so much for joining us here today, mate. Hope to see you again in the next one. Which, if all is well, should be tomorrow. For now, the fun is not over yet, so we're going to continue with departures here at the kban. Let's see. For the time being, I do only see narrow bodies. E2 Embraer is lined up and should be coming this way pretty soon. The airplane that you're seeing is Transavia to Brussels. I didn't even know they were going there. The cat has to go, and thank you so much for enlightening our chat with your presence. You take care and hope to see you again tomorrow then. This is a KLM E2 Embraer 195 going to Brussels. No, wait, that's the Transavia. This is going to Bucharest. It looks like the 747 from Suparna is moving. Let's do a quick check. Yeah, it is moving. Will it traverse runway 24 over here on this side? It's coming this way. Here, just right off that chimney, is the tail of the Suparna 747 that is coming this way. It's probably going to... No, where is it going to? Or is it being tugged? Mercer is saying that the Transavia lined up now, ready to go to Brussels, will fly to Marrakesh from Brussels. And I'm assuming, Marissa, you're referring the Suparna 747, which is probably going to do a tour around the block, traverse the runway over here then, and then taxi back to runway 24 to take off still. Looks like she is turning in. Hey, Clemencia also in the chat. Good to see you, Clemencia. Goedemiddag. So the second Suparna 747 to Nanjing in China. Also doing the touristic route today. Meanwhile, I see to the right that a BizJet just now took off from runway 22. Hey there, Hatim said, did yesterday's Air Baltic eventually depart, or was the aircraft replaced? Well, in the comments below the video yesterday evening I saw it was mentioned that the airplane did depart after all successfully to Riga at 9 in the evening. Right, well, Queenie is over there. Transavia to Brussels is over here. Queenie! There she is. Suparna Airlines flight 87414, the second 747 to Nanjing in China. Taking the touristic route today. Should see her soon enough though. And Embraer 190 on its way to Zagreb. Quite a few airplanes on the move. And that's the Suparna 747, which is coming this way. Second airplane that is going to take off from runway 24. Quite a few airplanes are queuing up now. The threshold of runway 24, the only runway now in use for outbound traffic, is getting a bit crowded. EasyJet to Belfast in Northern Ireland, next to come this way. A320, 15 years old, first flight June 2009. Queenie is moving along nicely. There are, what is it, 3 narrow bodies now before it. Bro 175 in the foreground to Hamburg. That's KLM flight 1755. Next should be a MAX 8 737 from Sun Express to Izmir in Turkey. And that's B8 to London City. Right, here it is coming. Sun Express, MAX 8 737 to Izmir in Turkey. The BA Embraer 190 to London City is now lining up, and Suparna, the second Suparna 747 to Nanjing in China. It's turning in. Right. The waiting is almost over. The waiting is almost over. Spartan Airlines flight 87414, another 747-400 freighter, which will be leaving for Nanjing in China. It's a 33-year-old airplane. Its first flight was in August 1991. And looking at what is currently still on the platform, narrow bodies, narrow bodies, narrow bodies. I think this next airplane is going to be the right airplane to end the stream with. Looking forward to tomorrow, another good day of warm weather, sunny weather. I'm not sure yet what the wind is going to do. I think if possible I prefer to go back to where I was located yesterday, because there's more happening, even though ordinarily you would also see a lot over here. It's been quiet today with traffic at the cargo apron. We'll see. Maybe the day will be cloudy and we can go to the polderbaan. No reflections. also not a very steep climber, this one, if you compare that with the A340. Passed by relatively low where I was standing. Interesting to see that the previous airplane to China made a right-hand turn, and this one is going to the east directly and is making a left-hand turn. Not the most optimal departure for us in terms of lighting. And now the airplane looking like one big shadow. But there you go. And thank you so much for your super sticker there, Evan. Smiling face with hard eyes. Very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have. If you haven't already, consider leaving a like. Bring in more new folk that are also into aviation streams like this. People who haven't come across the channel yet and who might be enticed to click on the thumbnail because of the recommendations. Thanks to your likes. Mods, thanks for keeping the stream friendly and accessible. A big thank you to all the people for liking the stream, for joining me here, for interacting, for your super stickers, super thanks, the merch store purchases, the gifted memberships, becoming a member yourself. You guys are what makes this channel great. And let's bring in more people and make the community even bigger. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Be careful if you're going out in the sun. Be safe, be warm. See you hopefully tomorrow. Bye for now.